It's time for Ed to make a comeback. Haven't really been playing my best dots, though. Not really sure why. No one really threatening on. I'm hoping with the stream I'll attract some top blue players to fight. But the majority of it will probably still just be farming the lesser players. I mean, this game's already wrapped up. And I think I've figured out why I haven't been playing, like I feel like I haven't been playing that good. It seems like my mouse, I gotta get a new mouse. It's like half the time when I'm clicking, it's dropping the input.
But this should be it for this opponent. About to take his capital. And I'm going to be playing a lot of dots. I'm not going to stop until we reclaim some points. I don't care how many games it's going to take. My weekend is fully dedicated to this. See, really fighting hard though. I think I've played like 20 or so games before I started streaming. So not really that much. But I'm going to be playing probably to 1,000 games. At least 1,000 wins, because that's apparently what's going to need to happen for Red to be in a winning position. As you can see, things have really deteriorated since the economy update. Went from even 49-50% to on track to get below 40%. I'd rather he make some balance changes, preferably to the economy, because currently the main reason Blue is winning is not because they're doing any better at investing. It's all random. It's just because they have more players, so their money is higher. So it's basically just they're winning because they're the bigger faction. Hopefully I don't scare off all the blues. I don't believe you, Borkalinka. Yeah, something like that. Because there's no way that we've been fighting for weeks and we've maintained an average, and then all of a sudden the economy update comes out and now we're down in the dirt. And mark my words though, Red, I don't care what scummy tactics I have to resort to. before the end of this war, all our options are going to be exhausted. All manner of deplorable tactics will be used to secure a win. No, this is War of Dots, not peace. I would rather lose than make peace. No, not really. The political LARP. I mean, I will try to get in charge, not to like be the LARPer, but to just try and get legitimacy to be like, hey, T and Python, I'm in charge. Maybe I can use my connections to make some convincing arguments for Red's favor that way. This game's pretty much already over. Just gonna wait for my opponent. Yeah. Make a mistake. Or give up. Preferably, I'd just rather have him give up. I don't believe him. If it's rebalanced, then I don't really know how else to explain why we're losing so badly. The only other thing that you could say is there's people throwing, because I doubt the situation could have changed that quickly. Yeah, well, I'll host tournaments once Nations is over. Until then, this is basically taking up all of my War of Dots time. Oh, yeah, true, I could spam easy. I've played against this guy a few times before. Haven't really noticed him surrender any faster or not, but who knows. Maybe this time will be the different time that actually happens. Doesn't really matter to me. Like, he's only stalling me for, like, what, an extra minute? Like, how much impact is that really? It's got some goofy city protection. Finally captured this one city. Guy really can't just let me have it, huh? Make me fight to the bitter end. To laugh at you, I guess. Yeah, I mean, at this point though, anything that's added is just going to help blue, I think. They're already ahead on every metric. I think the only thing that's going to help red is purple and orange getting added. Or if there's some way we can just ban bad players from playing on red side somehow. But yeah, like the more important thing is, like, in the end, nations doesn't really matter. Like, it is nice having a few, like, good players pop up on both sides that are newer. One of them is the one I just made the video about. He's a new face. In a couple months, or maybe a month, depending on how much he's practicing, he might actually take a game off me in the future. He plays a lot like Sleepy, I think. See, this guy seems like he's AFK, so another thing I'm surprised is, like, all the new players, they seem to be joining blue as well. Like, they have about 500 more players than us. I figured it would be not as much. But who knows? Maybe I'd go over to orange. The main thing is, like, I just need to find a way to limit the amount of people that are like this guy right here. Like, no shade to them, but pretty much the only reason or only way you can impact, I guess, economies now, but the only way that you can really, like, support your nation is if you start winning games. And currently, blue just has more people that can win fast. So really having more players at least is detrimental. But they just have more good players, so it kind of balances out. Plus the economy. I guess, I mean, maybe next time I just need to not pick a side until later, because I know a ton of people also picked blue just so they could fight me. Which, I don't really care, like, you know, that's something, but, okay. I didn't think it would be to such a degree. Also waiting for my next loss. You know, losing to Talvi, it was infuriating, but, you know, like, that was a while ago. It's been a long time. The closest I've come to losing is Borkalinka. And that was more the map and my own malfeasance and terrible decision making, I would have to argue. I need Assassin or Mr. G or Sleepy. I need one of them people to make an appearance. Give me a loss. I mean, I don't know, like, the game is pretty simple, so I think you can learn I think like a new player could probably get as good as the mid tier, like, top players. I'd probably say in like 1 or 2 weeks, if they like actually bothered to learn. Because there's not really much to this game. You just gotta not let units die, cycle, and yep, grind away. But yeah, like, there's not really much to the game, I'd say. So seems like World's been bugging out as well recently. Trouble queuing. What is this? No, well, I guess I'll take it. This one will be my first free win in a while. Okay, get off my guy. Hmm. Probably gonna have to sub out a ton of lights for heavies at this point. is going to be very difficult to chew through this choke point. Oh, please surrender. Kind of hoping I can make something happen right here to end the game. Faster. The zone of control is kind of annoying. But he just has a bunch of reserves. This one guy keeps dying. Oh well. It's probably just going to take a long time to do this because I can't really force my way into this map. Going to take quite a long time to chew through this. Yeah. Don't really care about any of these units surviving. No, I don't think this guy is good enough to stall me for 3 hours. I think the longest this is going to go is probably 45 minutes. But that's just the old map generation. But you can see he's down to 120k. I just need to keep up the pressure. I've got my heavies almost done as well. So. Okay, buddy. Like. You're not that guy. I don't even know who you are. I wouldn't say naval invasion. This is more just to pin these units up, make it more annoying for him to move around. Like these guys are doing legitimately 0 damage to his units. Just because lights as boats are terrible for dealing damage. Just making it annoying for him to cross and do anything. Oh, little boat of itself, huh? Okay, we've got a lot of words to say. And this should just about do it right here. Obviously, I'm going to want to keep these guys alive now because I'm just going to use them. Going to be faster than making a bunch of more units. Okay, let's relax right here. Just park these guys right here. And then probably go back to lights. You can see he's got 2,000 funds. So he's definitely not making any extra units. Okay, guy. Let's just calm down. He still owns that, so good on him. And that's that. Listen, buddy, I'm not even gonna remember your name after this match. That's about what I thought. But we've been bouncing between 41.2, 41.3, so don't know who's losing on red right now, but it's going about as even as it can get, I guess. This should be another quick win. This guy's lost way too many units to come back. Oh, beautiful. That's his capital up here too. So once I take it, he's not going to produce a ton of units. Install. I assume there should be some desperation play in the south relatively soon. Let's see. I mean, there is the possibility he could be trying to go for this city back here, but it's going to die before it can do much. Even if he did capture it, which he's not going to. Oh. Thanks. Come on, just let me squeeze in. Darn. Oh well. Guess I'll just have to settle for encircling the rest of his army. Yep, well played. This will just go all in now. Why not? A nice catch. Capital's gone. All the cities are gone. And that's game. I'm hoping that we can at least get a couple percentage back. 43% or something. Seems I might have to back out again. Seems the connection error bug might be back. That was a couple months ago, or maybe like not a couple months, couple weeks ago. We basically just have to keep spam queuing in to try and get in. And then who knows? The blues might be too scared to queue. They just might be too scared to play, unfortunately. You know, there's a lot of people on blue who talk a lot of shit. And then whenever I am playing, they never seem to show up. It's odd. I find them more when I'm randomly queuing than when I'm live. There we go. Don't tell me. Brilliant. Basically, I just have to sit here and wait, as I could offer peace. See if my opponent will take it, instead of just wanting to sit here for however long he wants to sit here. And he will surrender instead. Yeah, Nations is a bit buggy. Seems I'm gonna have to do the pause and queue every single time. Seems like that's what's needing to happen. Looks like this time I'll actually be able to give units orders now. Perfect. Okay, this guy has a pulse. Look at him. He's responding to what I'm doing. That's a rarity among Nations players. Now let's see if he can not flounder around after the initial stages. High hopes, high hopes. Okay, not looking good for my opponent here. Looking like he's kind of just dead. Unless anyone else thinks otherwise. Oh, he got one of my units. Good for him. Okay, that's going to be a threat I actually have to respond to up there. Never mind, he's just self-encircling. Just let the other guy in, kill him too. And that should be it for my opponent. Oh no, that's happened before. Usually when I get home from work, I'll play like 2 or 3 games, fight the same people, and then that'll be all I see from blues, you know. Strike terror in their hearts. But this is a pretty active time of the day. I'm not actually sure what the front line looked like before. Also, yikes, I'm broke. And you can see, I think this is the same guy from before. Now let's see if I can hold out on this map here. My advice whenever you get stuck in a situation like this is be aggressive. You're not going to win by playing a slow game against a good player. So, good practice to just get all your guys across the river as fast as possible and then just go. Speed is of the essence. Actually, what? He's only got 2. He's only making 2 income. Perhaps I can punish that. Let's see. I'm thinking something like that, maybe. Then split my guys apart, send them back in. Hopefully his attention will be too divided. Okay, so he's making a landing here with quite a bit, so I'm gonna have to send some stuff back and garrison this city. Looking a little close here, but I should get there in time, I think. What fortuitous city placement on my end. That could have been worse. But again, the map also could have been better. But you're kind of forced to play a little unsafe there. Because if you don't, you just lose the game. Yeah, not as close as I'd like it to be, but I probably would have just taken the city back. Just based on how I've seen this guy been playing so far. Where's the next city? There. And this should be the death of him right here, his capital. And he's not making any units at all, either. I don't know. Maybe I should host a tournament soon. I know a lot of people have actually been asking. But I don't know. It's like any time that you spend away from nations is time that blue starts winning. I think the big thing is there's actually quite a few red players in queue right now. I think they organized this big quote-unquote pushback to try and regain some land. And we've got quite a few top players on at the same time right now. Hopefully preventing the red brainless from getting into queue, but it also means that they're probably winning just as fast as I am, hopefully. If it takes a while, I might try out ladder, see what's going on in there. Actually, you know what? Let's see what's going on in the ladder. What is going on ever since I kind of stopped playing? Have there any new faces? That was quick. Let's see. I haven't really played too many. I played a lot of friendly 1v1s with blue players, actually, because they keep challenging me. But not really too many red. I know, I think Carson's beaten Jawa a couple times. And Assassin, like... So I'm pretty sure they're all probably, you know, good. Probably around or on the same level as all them. Well, so far, it seems like it's about the same experience as before. This guy is dead. Oh, we went up 0.1, nice. Good to see that Lord... Toby. Who are the other people that are in the VC that I can see right now? Is it Carson, Lord? Zet. I'm not. I don't know them off what their name is off the top of my head or how good they are. So I'm not going to say anything about them. But I know there are a few people. But honestly, Sarge, the best way is to just challenge good players, or at least just see what they're doing. And just copy it. Big thing is just don't let your units die, and then after you focus on that. Yeah, Lord's a good player. He's actually beaten me once before. The funny thing is he's actually beaten Talvi a couple times in Nations. And I have not. I think it's actually been a long time since I've played him, I think. But I know he has a very, like, consistent style. Borkalinka, get on. Start grinding. I need someone to queue against in Nations. And, you know, you like to fight good players. There's a lot of them on right now. After I wrap this up, I'm going back to, gonna be going back to it myself. Looks like this guy was making heavies, huh? I actually almost lost a friendly battle on this map because I think it was the first time I played this map, and you can see just how goofy the zone of control is right here. Which you'd think it would be safer for blue because they have a city right here. So you'd think it would project a little bit better, but you can see just how weak the zone of control is. And I'm not really sure why that is. Like, this city right here for blue should technically be enough to stop goofy little encirclements like this from happening. Yeah, I think there's a bug right now. I think it was an old bug that got squashed a while ago, where if you queue, sometimes you have to leave the queue and then re-enter the queue. But okay, this map not as bad as the other one. Thinking probably gonna have to give this north part up. I don't think I can hold this against this concave. And then probably push this center part right here. Have to pull back even more. And then probably turn production off on these front cities right here. I can probably pull one of these units over here this way. I think that should be enough. See if I can catch him unaware in the north. Pick 2 units off for free. That's nice. I mean, plus 70 is, or I assume that's either 70 games or plus 0.7 contribution. Either way, those are some good stats, regardless of which side you're fighting for. Yeah, crossings like that work because, you know, it's like, who's gonna attempt something like that? That's dumb. And because it's dumb, usually people don't notice it, because why would someone ever do that? And what that's gonna allow me to do is just pull these 2 units over this way. And now begins the panic phase. You can see he's getting his heavies active, even though he's down on troops. Nice. Telling you, this is going to be the day of glorious comeback. Hopefully we can at least get like 1% back today. That's what I'm hoping. And because this guy has actually seemed to have forgotten that the North exists, he hasn't moved any of these guys at all. I'm going to actually try for a completely different naval. And another thing I like to do to try and make sure that naval works is I want to stop fighting right here, and I want to redirect all my focus to fighting as far away as possible. Because there's a lot of people, they have a problem. It's they zoom in way too much, and they just forget like the rest of the game exists. The rest of the map. Oh, well, as soon as I say that, he starts remembering things happen up there. So, always got to pick the perfect time to prove me wrong. Brilliant. Doesn't really matter too much, though. I think it's going to be quite impossible for him to come back from this situation. Oh, nice, I got the city. Damn. It's kind of a crazy comeback. It looks like he's really going all in the north here. His capital's empty. His whole army just got encircled. And that'll be game. Yeah. Oh, my economy, it's terrible. I've lost so much money. I've just been investing everything in one stock and then rolling the dice. It worked 3 times, and then I made the unfortunate decision to invest in R&B Forge, and I've lost all my money. I'm just praying for it to go back so I can break even at least. Because the stocks are random, so it's not like I can like sell it and then try and do something else. It's like it's just a bunch of coin flips, so yeah, it also doesn't help that, like, hold on, if I go back to look at the actual market, I guess this is better than before. Before, there were only like 2 stocks that had a higher point than what they had before. It was, I think, it was T Farms and I can't remember what the other one was, but there were only 2 stocks that were in the green, so everybody, if they invested at the start, lost money. What I would like to see is maybe, like, if you won games, you get like $5 or something. Try and offset the amount of money that you lose. But I invested like right around here because I was like, it's been going down for a while. Surely it's going to go back up. And then it just has been going down and down and down. So I needed to get back to like 60 something, 60 to break even or something. Because I think the two that I invested in before was actually dot iron. And I think I invested like right around here and sold it somewhere around there. But unfortunately, you invest everything into one thing. More connection lost. I mean, people can like have their portfolios for investing, but again, like it's random, so it's not like those actually mean anything at the end of the day. It's not like there's any real trends to look at. Like I've seen Red had like a portfolio or something of like analyzing the trends, and it's like I'm pretty sure it's doesn't really matter what the trend is. It's just gonna go up or down randomly anyway. Now, what I want to know is where Borkalinka is, you know? Let me find him in the queue. Yeah. Babal. Okay. Yeah, unfortunately, I'm not really sure how this bug got brought back. Yeah, but I'm not gonna feel bad about him for it. I get cucked on my capital spawns quite a lot as well, so if I have to fight it through it, so does he. And in the end, it really doesn't matter if it's your capital or not. As long as you like, if this was still a normal city, he would still lose the game if he lost it. What is that? What the hell? Guess I won't question it. We'll just cut him off like that. Call it good. Goodbye, naval invasion. I guess that broke his spirit. Actually getting into some pretty fast queues now. That's nice. I think leave you two here and then focus on you guys. Let's see. Go like that. I'm thinking I'll just pull back from the south front entirely. Fight him in the forest. And then just really pressure him up here. It's probably the best play, I think. I just need to make sure that I evacuate my heavies properly. Alright, that should be good. He's fighting with his heavies in the forest now. Forced his lights to fight in the mud, and he's agreeing to fight me up there. Pull these guys off the city. Nice little free encirclement. And then now we can just pull back and use our city as a nice little, basically just abuse our zone of control. His heavy's going to be doing reduced damage. He can't get a nice concave on me. And that should be a wrap, I would think. And you can see, because he's pushed so far forward, the risk of him getting encircled is pretty high. You can see how many units he has to just leave behind his front line. Doesn't even matter. He's microing probably up in the north. Yeah, it looks like he just recognized what happened. And I don't really have to do too much. Just break his army apart. Now he's going to send these guys out here because he knows he can't save them. So a little bit of desperation right there. And he's going to see I've got fully healthy units. I'm actually going to send this guy out early so I can just produce the unit. He's going to die before he can ever threaten that city. And GG. Yeah. I mean, Lund made a pretty popular video about me losing my capital, so happens to everybody once, I think. This is a very tight map. What is that? Yeah, I'll punish that. His heavy, I think, might be in the forest. No, that's doing pretty good damage. Now it's in the forest. Oh. Okay. Back to connection lost. Yeah, I'm glad it happened too. I'm just sad that it happened because I wasn't playing FFAs a lot. The only reason I was playing FFAs is because at the time the rating was broken, so I couldn't gain rating in 1v1s. So I was playing some FFAs because they are fun to play. And of course, had to be Lund. Had to be a pretty popular video. Everyone got to see me get dunked on. I tune back and watch that video back every now and then. Probably like once a week. Pretty fun video. I like the editing, but I could not do the editing myself. It's a lot of work. Yeah, I will say that it did drive quite a few people over to my channel, I guess, but I was more always concerned about just putting dot content out there for the dot players. And then I think I was going to make a guide, but it's like I'm not that good at explaining things. No. I don't think Team Python is. I mean, I say it all the time, but in reality, it's never going to happen. Oh, yeah, the 3v1s. Yeah, it took quite a few attempts for me to be able to win. I think I lost like two or three 3v1s before I started winning. It is very difficult. Very stressful as well. That was actually the event, other than a tournament, I was thinking of playing or hosting. A 3v1 event where, anyone can just challenge. I'm going to have like a preset team of 3 people, and anyone can just challenge us. And if they win, they can replace one of the 3 of us. And then the next guy challenges, and if they lose, then the 3 people stay, but if they win, then you know what I'm talking about, right? Or what I mean. Oh, please move so I don't lose that light. Thank you. An interesting scenario. I don't think I've seen it before where we're both kind of shafted. I think he's a little bit more shafted than me on the map generation, but yeah, the only system that I think I could like give and he would possibly accept as a life system where you have a certain amount of lives each day on nations, and once you lose them all, then you're done for the either the day or like the next economy reset in like 6 hours. Ah, yes, a threat. Assassin's been looking to get a win on me for quite a while. Although, looking at it now, I don't think this is going to be his game. And I think, yeah. Well, guess he's going to have to hope to get me again. Yeah. Let's see if he says anything in the Discord. Let's see what he says. I see I got 2 new ats. I'll tell him unfortunate map. But looks like the big dogs on blue are starting to get on to try and counteract our little push here. Let's see, what do I want to do on this map? I guess probably push the south. And then put you and you here. Probably pull back like that. And then I guess dive in like this. Let's see. What is he doing over here? Pulling back? Well, I guess if he's going to pull that many units away, I might as well fight him on 2 fronts. I think a lot of people don't really like fighting on 2 fronts. Either scared to or just don't want to. So we're going to test this guy's micro real quick. And we might as well stop fighting here because I'm assuming there should be some heavies pulling up to this spot in a few seconds. Getting a nice execution on this heavy though. Then it's you over there. What are you trying to squeeze by for? Ah, that's what you're trying to do. Unfortunately, it's a little too risky. Yes. Move you guys like that. Whoops. A bit of a mistake on my end. Well, sacrifice a couple units. I'm winning anyway. I don't really need to focus on... Okay, buddy. Let's... You got me to pull back. Let's pump the brakes on your little plays here. Well, I mean, I think he did come close, but... It's a little too late, unfortunately. That's what I'm saying, though. Like, I feel like I'm playing worse than I normally do. Like, I feel like if I'm playing usually, I should be able to save every single unit. I'm not really sure what it is. Oh, you're taking a lot longer to die than I thought. It's like, yeah, I was going to win anyway, regardless of these mistakes, but I shouldn't be making these mistakes to begin with. Well, let's see if I can rush to the capital before he starts putting everything in the world on it to defend. You can already see him fucking scurrying over here to make me fight it out to the last man. I guess I'll have to check how many games I've been playing. Yeah, that's nice. I mean, those are pretty much their best players. There are probably a few, like, unknown good ones, but probably not on their level. But the Blues would probably be able to tell you who's actually, like, the threats on their team more than I can. Let's see. I think I've played... I guess I can check the replay, my replay folder to see exactly how many games I've played. $21. And then I think on stream I probably played... what? 18? Yeah. That's what it looks like. Lost another 0.1%. Perfect. It's like we're making no progress. Might have overextended a little bit. Oh well. It cost me a couple lights. I think he's lost a couple units as well though, so not the end of the world. Yeah, I would say this one probably favors blue a little bit more just because he's got a better cycle set up for his cities, but... Oh, no, I think that was either, I think Polly. Either Polly or I think Dozo. I'd have to look back. I've got the notepad. Maybe I'll bust it out just to see after this game. Yeah, Entropoli, Poly. That definitely rings a bell. The question is, if I just squeeze this guy by, is this city occupied? Yes. There go my hopes and dreams of a quick victory. Yeah, well, I mean, this guy should die relatively soon. Like, unlucky. Yeah, I was watching him earlier playing Game of Thrones. No, that's not going to work. He's been, I'll just say, like, stuck in the same position for weeks, it seems. Which I think he's starting to get tired of. It is definitely a slog. Yeah, but doing all right, Lucas. Like, you know, just putting the dots to war. Biggest threat so far, I think, was some random guy on a map. Almost captured my city, and then assassin after that. But he kind of got screwed with RNG. Now we're back to 41.4. Ike the Elk. This guy's either going to be a threat or an instant win. I don't think anyone with a name like that is going to be just average. Oh yeah, that's right. I'll pull it up after this game. Okay, never mind. This guy is not a threat. Well, I think that's what I called it. I don't know. I don't know if I ever give it a name or not. Now the question is, can I just walk around this guy? Is he gonna let me? Oh, he actually has a lot of troops here. It might be a little bit of overextending on my part. Fuck it. Little encirclement action there. Oh, gonna break out. No, it's not dead. I'm just waiting. It has to get... Team Python has to actually release the update for me to host it. That is one thing that is going to make me take a little break from Nations. I've been waiting for 2v2s for quite a while. And I'm not going to go in with a preset team either. I'm going to spin a wheel and see who my teammate is from the random people who don't like go also. It's going to be like a pool of people. And, you know, you can either choose to have a pre-made team, sign up with someone else, or get put into a pool of random people and then get a wheel spun to see who your teammate's going to be. And I'm going to be signing myself up with a random. Yeah. I thought he did release it on Mac, but I'm not sure. I don't know how stable it is. Oh yeah, the victim list. Uh-oh. Did I not save it? This one? Yeah, this right here. Originally, I had this little piece right here, which was me tracking down all the good players. And there was this, which this has changed several times. And then obviously after that, the winners, which I think I've been resetting this, like, because I think this is from last stream or the stream before where I fought, yeah, Borkalinka. And I stopped kind of updating it after that. Yeah. Yep. And then, yeah, the only other note I had was this guy. And then you can see a few old faces on where I had them, like, Curly Head Sleepy, A tier, Ica, tournament finals. Obviously, everyone knows Trugmolar, legendary player. John the Bun, had him at A. I don't know if he's quite at that level anymore. .com, the first person who almost beat me in ladder, actually. I think I had to come back from like a 50,000 troop deficit. Mr. G, a lot of old faces, a lot of, well, no new ones, but a few people that have also stopped playing. Yeah, everyone knows Trugmolar. He's actually the best player in the game. Better than me. By a wide margin. That would be interesting. Ranks. No, I don't think I've seen Icy Dot in a while. I've seen, I think the last time I played against him was on ladder, like a month ago, or maybe a little bit longer. He almost beat me in the tournament. At least, you know, took a round off me in the tournament as well. And Trugmoller, I don't think he plays too much anymore, but he could probably load back in and slap me around silly pretty easily. He's just that guy. I'm surprised more people haven't heard of him. Yeah, that's what I figured why I wasn't queuing. Trugmoller's real. He would have won the first tournament I hosted if he wasn't able, if he was able to make it. I think he had to concede due to time constraints or something. Goofy little connection lost. Come on. Red's losing because, well, enough said. Red is not losing. They're simply at a disadvantage right now. Let's see, Cosmo. See how Cosmo fares. Oh. Seems he is making a mistake already. It's a bit better of a initial advantage. The sand is going to kind of screw me over a little bit just based on its placement. But I think I should be fine overall. Looks like he's repositioning his troops. This guy would be doing a lot better if he just attacked me in the south. I see a lot of people, a lot of new players, they're kind of scared to do anything. Kind of leads to them being a little like crippled. Because if he just attacked me in the south, I think he'd be in a much better position. He's got so many heavies down here where it's just lights for me. He's pulling even more. I'm fine to just pull even more as well. The reason I want to fight up here is it's going to take him a bit longer to cycle. So it's going to kind of counteract the fact that I have to walk through the sand. Yeah. It's unfortunate you wouldn't have had to get annihilated if you just joined the Reds. Yeah, I mean, what is that? He's got like a bunch of extra troops compared to me in the south. He really should be making a push towards this city, but I think it's kind of too late at this point. He's so far behind already. Well, if you wanted to switch, he doesn't have to delete his account. He would just have to ask Team Python. But from what I've heard, he actually hasn't been responding to those, so don't really know how true that is. Okay, man, like this is just too much. You can't be giving up all this space. I know you're kind of losing up here, but you kind of got to make do with what you have. Pull back earlier or something. Guess he hasn't. It's all just right here. Now, what is this guy doing? It's nothing. Now you see, this is what he should be doing. I mean, that's what I've been saying. Like, he had so many heavies down in the south. If he just went earlier, he probably could have traded much better than he did. But he just waited too long. Now he's dead. Yeah, it would be a little bit better. If, well, it didn't really care about the player count before the economy, but now that the economy's out, a little more impactful. You see 8 million, almost 9 compared to the 7. Dropping down to 41.3 again. Who is losing? Yeah, I mean, you can say quote unquote red sabotage. Oh wow, assassin lost to Sergey hack. That's crazy. Might just be bugged again. Gotta keep spam queuing. There's a lot of people I hear that are on purple side. I don't actually know all the names because I don't really pay attention to all that stuff, but let's see. What do I want to do here? Oh yes, please attack me in the north. Can't believe I'm actually getting attacked. Oh, he's not. He's just moving forward. No, he is attacking. Okay. Very rare situation right there. Not used to that. I just let him in. Not really a big deal. It should be the death of him right here. I can produce units now that my front line is pretty safe. I think I just need to go forward like this on all sides. It should be game. Yeah. Yeah, maybe something should go on with the Navy. I think the problem is the problem is light boats just don't do anything other than kill boats. They do no damage and they take attrition while in the water. I'd say you focus on heavies when you're in a stalematey kind of position. This is going to be interesting. What do I even want to do here? I don't think I can pull back here. I have to garrison these cities. I don't have a choice. And I just need to try and overwhelm him right here before anything else happens. Let's pull back. Maybe do something like that. Actually, I'm not going to garrison this back city. It's going to be an interesting situation here. Well, despite this not being my most favorite position to be in, I think I have secured the win here. The cities should fall pretty soon. Then I pull back like this, get him to pull forward more, encircle him, capture the city, and yeah, everything in this pocket should start dying soon. That's game. Looks like he's fighting it out a little bit more than last time. Maybe he's not happy about losing 2 in a row. Okay, and there. David Numbers. Threat of the century right here. See if I can overwhelm him like the others. Okay, so he does know that pass is something that people can walk through. It's looking like he's being a little slow on getting his units to the front line in an orderly fashion. I mean, I guess. I think I'm far enough ahead. Sure, I'll throw some boys in a boat, send them off to their death. I don't really care about the trades, though, because if you take a look at the troop count, It's, I'd say, in my favor. I can afford to take bad trades so long as I keep the fight up. And this isn't like the other map, because there's no, like, small choke point where he can limit the numbers or my cycle. I'm pretty much able to fight with my whole army. Moving it there. Nice. Able to squeeze into the city. Heavy boats can kill lights, yeah. Okay. Looks like we've got one more threat on the table. What is he trying to do here? Going all in, huh? That was an interesting maneuver from my opponent. Oh, well, there was my little advantage, losing a whole light unit for free. It was dumb of me. Suppose I should probably produce units now. That was a good pick on my light right there, or my heavy right there. But I think he's finally running out of momentum right here. And should be dead very shortly. Good on him trying to keep things hectic, though. That is annoying, though, losing those units like that. Looks like this guy isn't healing, so do a little bit of switcheroo. Good attempt by my opponent, but fortunately, it's going to take more than just bum rushing me to win the game. He's got a pretty healthy heavy right here, so I'm just going to ignore it and go for his capital. I'll park a couple units right here to stop him from healing, though. He's really going after these units, huh? Well, there's enough here for me to pressure this city now. I know this guy's going to fight to the very last troop, so... Fortunately for him, he made a little miscalculation. See if I can kill this before he, Yep. Ain't that something. Well, what you get for being a little greedy. No, no last stand for you. Yeah, this is me. I'm Random Man. Probably a bit closer than I'd like. Actually going to want to watch that back. The early setup. That is a pretty good concave on me at the start, if he could have executed it a little bit better. Instead of moving these guys forward first, he should have led with these guys to try and pin this one unit. And then from here on out, it was kind of just no light support for his heavies. And yeah, just too many, not enough cycling on this bottom portion. Not able to exploit the fact that he has a ton of units down there. Yeah, we're losing. We're losing. So there's some trash red players on our team that are abysmal. So that, and they're making more, they get more territory per win. But it's like I've said before, the only way red can come back is, I think, a little bit of exclusion or a life system. What is this map? Okay, desert oasis. God, I gotta wait for all these guys to get here. Far reaches of space. Well, looks like he knew what I wanted to do first. Luckily, he's going to continue to fight me here. It really does take forever for these guys to get to the front. We'll see if the advantage I squeak out is going to be worth more than the light unit he's going to produce ahead of me. I think it is. Usually is. If I can just kill one of these lights, it'll be worth it. And he's not even producing a unit. And the game's over. You see, no. War of Dots is not about having fun. It's about curb stomping your opponent. In the end, victory is all that matters. Yeah, but for real though, like, yeah, in the end, hopefully, I think like this first war was more of like a play test than anything else. I'm still happy with my performance. 500 something games and only 5 real losses so far. Let's see. A little sad that we can't really do much on our big counterattack. I don't have to worry about that unit at all. Is this guy going heavies? Huh, that's certainly a choice. Nice. West Point classes. I don't think so. Let's see how many games I'm at now. 545. But check the replay folder. That would be 36 games played today. Not too bad. Still unfortunate that they're winning. Imperium of Man. Gonna have to put the old Emperor down, huh? Fortunately for him, there are no men to be found, only dots. No, it's random. So just invest in what you feel like. Oh God, what is this? Dear Christ. All right. Time to execute panic mode. Okay. Looking good. All right. That could have been closer than I liked, but luckily at least my heavies were in a good spot. Brisky. Who are these people, man? Oh my god, what is this? Okay, Lord of the Apes. He's going all in. Okay, it was wild. I think I've played against this guy before. Gonna have to go heavies because he might try and stall me out. On this little island here. Basically, what I'm doing here is how you abuse these kind of maps. You're threatening a bunch of shit over here, and when they have to just keep crossing back and forth if they want to stop you while you just make heavies. And it doesn't really matter how many of these lights you lose because they're just lights. Insignificant. And securing a landing earlier is going to help with me not having to have to build a massive boat army. In order to make the crossing. Well, losing a full light unit's not really something you want to be doing, but whatever. Oh, he's gonna let me have it. Nice. Well, that's not good. Maybe I treated this guy like he's a little worse than he is. Still, this is pretty much just a dangerous situation. Okay. Okay, this is not going to be a repeat of Borkalinka. Just going to cut my losses now. go back to making heavies and just play it slow. Yeah, he was good enough to stall, but it really doesn't matter. I'm still up on troops. All he's doing is delaying me. And the good thing is, it's not even the worst thing in the world, because I just replace all those guys with heavies. Yeah, he isn't the kind of guy that's going to fight to the end. Because I wasted a bunch of time with that. Yeah, it was a good defense. Might have pulled the trigger a little early on the crossing. Probably should have grinded his troop count down a little bit more. Reverter. Okay. Let's pull back. Wonder if there's anything on that city. Oh, well, everything's en route, and I lost a heavy. Most brilliant plays by me. Oh, well, luckily it doesn't matter. No. Guess I'll just hold on to it as long as I can. That's another thing why I've been saying, like, Nations has been making, I think, players worse, because the incentive is to get as many games finished as possible so you can push the front line forward. So it's leading to a lot more aggression from both sides, where really, you know, like being a little more calm is probably going to get you to play a bit better. Honestly, the biggest learning point, I guess, was when I realized how important morale was. Because before I got good at the game, I still was able to get top 5, but it wasn't until I fought a player called the Poison, or like, I don't know, something along those lines, or what his name was. And I had to watch the game back because I was able to get like 40k troop leads and not able to convert them into wins. Because how I would play at the time was I would only look for 2v1 trades. I would just look to trade better, and I wouldn't cycle. I wouldn't, and I mean like I wouldn't cycle at all. I would just leave troops on the front line until they were like almost dead. And then I would pull them back, and I wouldn't put them on cities. I'd just pull them behind the line to heal. Because at the time, I thought moving them, like if a unit would only heal if it was standing still. So I was like, why would I want to go all the way to the cities to heal when I could just leave them on my back? But after watching his game back, or like my games with him back, I realized morale's pretty important. And then I just copied his play style of lights. So technically, my playstyle isn't even my playstyle. It's actually the Poison's playstyle, where you just go lights and you cycle people down. Now, Tomahawk, you have to remember, or know, like, back then, nobody was good. So, like, I was top 5, but I wasn't, like, I probably wasn't the best. Like, the best player was probably the Poison. But even then, like, well, aside from Trugmoller as well, but that's a completely different animal. But I actually was almost able to beat the Poison once, despite not touching my production, my morale. Just a lot of micro, but yeah, it's unfortunate for some people with stability. But yeah, like once I learned how to play the game really is when I started my never losing again. Yeah, I think they do like half damage if they're full health with no morale. Looks like this guy might be AFK. Never mind. Why is it always whenever I say something like that, that's when they want to prove me wrong? Like, they can't just wait for me to be right. They gotta wait for me to say something and then start doing stuff. Either way, this guy's dead. So... was really hoping to fight Assassin again. I guess he's just not on or something. Got off? I don't know. Nice. Yeah, well, going back to the other stuff, like the thing that made it, that I think I improved, was cycling off morale instead of cycling off health. My big innovation, I guess. All right. How many games did I play already? 49 games. I still can't believe... Oh, speak of the devil. Look who it is. Little assassin. Looks like this north could be a threat if he goes all in there, so I will pull back like that. Something like that, and then... I know Assassin wants to get a little bit of vengeance on me, so we'll see if he can do it this time. Gonna have to focus up a little bit on this game. Can't really afford to talk. Looks like I have the troop advantage as far as getting my next troop out. Which is good. Fortunately, it looks like I'm going to lose my first troop here as well. Unless I can squeeze it out. Nice. Something like that. Looks like my units are stuck inside of each other. It's never fun. Well, that's unfortunate. Luckily, I don't think he's gonna get there in time to really save anything. So, not really a big loss on my part. There's a pretty good capitalization on a mistake. Produce this guy back here. Scout out that area as well. Make some room. I think I've got the game locked in now. 40k up. Could have been a lot worse. I would start looking and relaxing, but never want to risk it against good players. Things can fall apart pretty quickly if you're not paying attention all the time. Well, good game, I guess. All right. That was almost a pretty big fumble on my part, losing that city. But luckily, it was just the one unit, and I had a morale heavy and enough of a bank to where I didn't start taking attrition. I played a ton of Hoi. Yeah. Not so much anymore, though. I used to be pretty good at that game. I imagine if I started playing again now, I'd probably be terrible. Yeah, I mean, we get less territory per win, and they've got a lot of good players. Alright, Assassin, I'll give you one more chance. Guess you don't get your chance. Let's see, what do I want to do here? I guess, whatever. Go through the center. Still don't feel like I'm so slow with my micro today. That's a pretty big loss on my part. As I'm saying, like, I should be reacting faster than that. Hopefully that's a pick on that light. That would be nice if I could get it. Nope, gets away. Feels like I'm not as far ahead as I should be this game. I mean, snow isn't too bad. Like, I think Yeah, yeah, it is the terrain that slows the game down the most. Because unlike sand, it's not just movement speed, it's also less damage. But I think the main thing was just got encircled there. Really shouldn't have let that happen. I should have been faster about it. But looking like he's kind of running out of momentum right now, so should be able to clean up. Just got to slowly push forward. About 2-1, alright. I'll hit him with a good game, see if he wants to play it out still or call it. Follow it up with a well played. Because this guy actually did have a brain. Got an encirclement on me, which not many people can do. Oh, well. I'm not so sure about that. Let's see. I'll play free-for-alls if I'm playing with friends or stuff, or other people in the Discord, but not too much like ranked, because very RNG on who's going to win. A lot of times it can just be someone gets mad or someone apes and you're dead. When it's friendly battle free-for-alls, there's a lot less like need to win. I'm sure it'll probably be official when Team Python puts it in. Fighting to the last. Yeah, Team Python's working on it. It isn't a playable state, but there's probably a few more like bug fixes and stuff that he actually wants to do before he actually adds it. Oh yeah, GG. Had me worried a bit when you got that encirclement, but I was already so far ahead that it didn't matter. I should have pulled back a bit sooner. I don't know. I mean, Hearts of Iron is like, it's a fun game to play with buddies, but like when I used to play like the random pub games, so many games would be like you sit there and you wait and you play, and then like 2 hours go by, and then the lobby just dies because someone leaves. Or like people will make it to where one team is so stacked and like everyone will just buddy up in one team. It kind of led to me playing Germany or Russia all the time to try and at least try and ensure there was a game. But I don't know. There's so many new updates to Hoi 4, I don't think I'd be that good at it anymore. Play a bit more casually. I mean, I never really played like the super sweaty Hist games either, but yeah. I mean, when the multiplayer is good, Hoi 4 is pretty fun, but it's just so rare that I just stopped bothering. That, and I work night shift now, so the people that I usually used to play with play on Saturdays, and I work Saturdays, so also time reasons why I don't really play too much of that anymore. Or scheduling, I mean. I mean, hey, when the War of Dots Hoi 4 comes out, you know, maybe I'll play that. But for now, the dots is where my wars lie. Surrendered before city taken. I think we have been losing a bit of ground overall, because I think they were like pushed back like right here, weren't they? It would be nice if you could at least see like the territory that you won. Let's see. I'll probably be getting off pretty soon as well. Play some Battle Brothers. I got my last party wiped to a hex fight, so that was unfortunate, but... Oh, yeah, the dots are going to war. That's what's happening. Well, it doesn't really matter where the orders are, because like we would be attacking this area. The only problem is, you know, it expands out in a circle from where the order is. So they're just taking back the land we take. I don't know. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe not. I'm not really sure how much impact I can really have on nations. I really thought we were going to be able to gain some ground today because we had a lot of really good players playing at the same time, but the economy might have just canceled that out a little bit too much, so hard to say. Take a break and play some Battle Brothers after this game, I think. I do plan on getting to 1,000 wins over my weekend though, so I can at least, you know, say I did my time. And it looks like it'll be another full stream where I am undefeated. The bobulator should be dying pretty soon. Or forfeiting, at least. There we go. Look at that. 555. So how many games was that today? 51 total games. A few off stream, but about a 50 game dent in the nations. Did not do anything, but that should be it for this time. Mark it, see if anything came up. Nope, still in the gutter. Check the leaderboard out before I go. Guess Carson just lost the last game he played. Yeah, well, that's going to be it for this time. Might be back tomorrow, might not. We'll see.